A massive sector of additive manufacturing is exactly that, the fact that it allows for decentralized manufacturing. When we're living through times like these ones, where the supply chains basically freeze to a very large extent, companies, governments, countries rely on manufacturing within their own borders. This is something that additive allows them to do. Perhaps now, as more agility is required when it comes to manufacturing, protecting medical equipment, and in general, products that are in global shortage that would, let's say, traditionally be imported from other countries, traditionally Asia. The additive manufacturing will certainly get the spotlight in many manufacturing companies that have the need of producing right there and then.
Even before the COVID situation, we also saw with the trade tariff issues or conflicts that we had, meaning supply chain simplification and even local manufacturing. Learn from our lesson and be prepared. And this is what 3D printing, people are giving 3D printing a second look in a way that let me be less dependent on my supply chain. Let me have a little bit more control. In some ways, bringing manufacturing back to America, which is not a bad thing. But for that to happen, you need automation. Because that's the main reason why a lot of manufacturing jobs went overseas to cheap labor. So 3D printing, as much as you can automate the process, I think that will be even more attractive.
I think that this has really shown that there is, and there has been recently, a more local for local healthcare supply chain coming, I think. So people in different regions are wanting to have devices, therapies, et cetera, that are more specific to them, right? And so I think it will be advantageous, for example, hospital equipment manufacturers or other critical equipment manufacturers to potentially have a parallel manufacturing strategy. So maybe you're making too many for additive to be economically feasible in your day-to-day. But if you have an emergency situation, wouldn't it be nice just to turn on the printers that are already out in all across the country or the world? And then maybe even with that, hospitals, when they buy capital equipment, they keep it for quite a long time, right? So you could often even make spare parts that way and have your long tail of spare parts be supplemented by additive manufacturing. So you would just figure out which parts of your device or your equipment has that long tail and make it additively, and then you wouldn't have to worry about having some sort of warehousing or keeping tooling around and things of that nature that become problematic as people keep equipment for a really long time.